Welcome to the Strange Take. So today I thought we might talk about stress. Our last podcast we talked about beating yourself up. Stress is a good factor of that. But stress itself in this crazy world is definitely something worth talking about. Right? I bet you're stressed right now. If not, I'll enjoy it because not being stressed, it can, it can be a joyous moment. But stress, what causes stress? Well, I don't know. I look around and I try to think, what stresses, me out, right? Well, it could be anything. It could be someone not wearing their mask. Person cut you off, or, work, or the old-fashioned things as we brought up last time. Sex, money, kids. Starts a lot of problems. Yep. But stress is what, we make of it, right? And, some people, they can be like, I don't give a fuck about that. I don't care. I'm not, caring about that, so it doesn't bother me, right? Or does it? Is that a defense mechanism from stress? Stress. But, there's so many different things and different types of stress. And then you have the all-powerful compounding stress. That's usually when you see the people, somebody acting out in society and in public, and they're like, hey, fuck you and fuck you too, and this place is fuck you, and I'm not happy, and I'm freaking out, and I'm making a big fucking scene, right? And, we all stand off on the side and we watch them and think, oh my God, what's that person's problem, right? Look at him breaking out. Or, we feel the same way. We're like, yeah, hey, that guy's got a good point. Or that girl, or whoever they might be, right? They got a good point. But most people, they pull out their cell phone. They're like, oh, I gotta film this. This is going to get me some hits on YouTube or my social media, right? I gotta film this and make fun of that person for losing their cool in public. And then, when you do lose your cool, who are you losing it on, right? Good thought. Bet you lots of people have done it with people they regret. Loved ones. Co-workers, right? Especially, if you're a manager, you got to make sure that you don't lose your cookies on your team, right? Because that's just not fair, It's the old saying, check it out the door, right? So when you go to work and get all the stress and all these problems, it's like, hey, I just hang it up like a jacket here. It's out of my mind. I'm ready to go. Let's go to work. Yeah. Yep. Doesn't work like that. No, we go and we pretend. We pull out what we did as kids and we pretend that those things aren't bothering us, and we push through. Yeah. But really, we just kind of one or two things. You just want to tell someone where to go and how to fucking get there, right? Real quick, right? Or, lay on the couch and watch Netflix all day. Eat a bunch of food. Or smoke some weed. Or drink. Or do nothing and starve. Some people starve when they're depressed. They lose a bunch of weight. Some people gain a bunch of weight. Wonder if that has something to do with hippocampus. That'd be a neat research. Something, doctors could have some fun with, right? I get in there and start studying people, It's a paycheck, right? Make some money. There's money to be made in any kind of research, right? So why not, But ultimately, being stressed out, it comes and it goes like the weather, right? Today it's raining, tomorrow it's sunny. Today's shitty, tomorrow's awesome. What about those people that jump up and down through the day with stress and they express it? So, there's that one person that's like, hey, how's it going? Blah, blah, blah. And then like 2 hours later, they won't look at you or talk to you, or they start talking about really negative things, right? It's like, oh, my job and my paycheck and I'm just not happy and blah, blah, blah. Like work stress. Let's dive into that real quick. Work stress. We all have work stress. And if you don't have work stress, then you're not fucking working, right? You're just cruising. Stress comes from caring, like we talked about in the last podcast, right? You care, you're passionate, you're stressed because it's not working. Stressed about things that could happen or not happen. And then there's the all great corporate visit, right? We all fucking love that, These little chicken legs come walking in and they just got their snouts up in the air there and, cut you off when you're trying to tell them something about, something positive, and they don't want to hear it. No, they don't give a fuck. They're busy flying around, going from place to place, risking COVID, dragging it all from, workplace to workplace. These people don't care, right? Because they got pressures they need to answer to their bosses so they can answer to their bosses who answer to, ultimately they say stockholders, but, right? Stocks, money, all goes together. Stock, money, stress, worker stress. That's what happens. How about, you gotta lie, right? When you're at work, when the corporate visits, you can't tell them about this, and it's language, and you watch your language, and don't say this, and do that, and all these things, they fucking coach you to, right? Right? It's a constant fucking coaching. Oh, say this and do that, and fucking next thing you know, they show up, and you're so wound up that you're like a fucking grenade with no fucking pin in it, and then these people come and they're fucking rude, and you look at them and they got no fucking idea what they're talking about, and next thing you know, you start talking faster like I am right now, and then you just lose your fucking mind, and you're like, get the fuck away from me! Wouldn't that be nice to say, huh? You can see, I go through some of that stress, and I just tell them to fuck right off. My numbers are good, fuck you, right? How about people just got to deal with a shitty coworker? You're in there working your hump off, catch them out back on their cell phone. That's right, we all have that person at work. The fucking hide around the corner, or I'm going to the bathroom and I'm playing on my cell phone. That's stressful. Stressful because you're feeling the pains and the aches of working hard, and you're watching the person beside you doing shit. They tell your boss, oh, they're not doing their job. Well, then, the boss has to get in there and investigate. You can't just go after somebody because somebody said something, right? Sometimes some people are losing their minds and they say negative stuff about somebody, and really it's them, because they've lost the control, right? Because they're stressed and they're tired and they're sore. And they got their own problems and their own stresses and their own things going on. And some people, they've been trained all these years to act like that. It's just they've trained themselves to be negative or too positive. It's nothing worse than it's a tough day at work and fucking assholes like, oh yeah, it's the best day ever. I'm just fucking blah, blah, blah. And won the lottery. Can't wait to go home and spend some money. It's like, yeah, well, you know what? Fuck you, right? I don't care. Fuck you. Do your fucking job. Don't give a fuck about, that kind of stuff, right? Doing your job. That everyone around you is doing theirs, right? Everybody's happy. Well, it just don't work like that. How about stress in a parking lot? Parking lot stress. No, we don't get that all the time, but when it does hit, it just turns almost right into a road rage, That's the stress that can just set you off. It's like, I haven't drank, but I could just snap like a drunken sailor and just rip this whole fucking parking lot up because you had to start your shit with me or get in my way or steal my parking spot, right? Yep. Look at that guy pulling in my spot. I've been standing here fucking 5 minutes with a right blinker on and poof. So you get out, you go over, you say something, they mouth you off, you punch them in the face. Big fight in the parking lot. Yeah, and while you're fighting, you're looking around hoping maybe someone will break this up so either you don't beat the guy too bad or then they'll beat you too bad, right? You're looking around, everybody's holding cell phones up. It's like, oh, I'll be a YouTube star. Maybe I get a fight with the Jake Paul fuckface guy, I'll fucking knock him a good one, right? Pop, right in the noggin. Tell me goes like a sack of bricks. Anyways, and now we're talking about parking lot fist fights, right? Parking lot fist fights, I tell you. You can see those on YouTube anytime. Boy, are they ever good sometimes, though. And sometimes they're just like, oh, I feel terrible. Like that guy had no chance. No chance. Or, down the stage you see the swarmings. So it's like, hey, you're in my fucking parking spot, guy, right? Get the fuck out. I was been waiting for it. And like 6 buddies jump out of the car and they beat the guy real good. And it's like, oh, he didn't deserve that. He's just waiting for his parking spot. But, that's a big fucking cigar today. It doesn't want to light up. Yeah, anyways. What do you do? What do you do? Parking lot fistfights are, more of a rarity nowadays. I remember when I was a young guy, my dad would get in fistfights, in the fucking drive-thru. He'd jump out and start shit. There'd be a little kid crying in the car while he's fighting off a bunch of dudes. My dad was crazy, right? But, parking lot fights can really be a dangerous thing. Nowadays, as people don't fight, they just get in their cars and they start driving after you, and trying to run people over and trying to kill them. And it's like, whoa, it's just a fist fight, Jesus, Nowadays, it's like you've knocked the guy down, then you gotta kick him in the face a couple times, or you gotta, again, this like a beating from a group, or someone wants to run you over in their car, they pull out a gun, or they come at you with a bat, and it's like, fuck, like 10 years ago, you got in a parking lot fight, and it was like, hey, go in there and throw a couple punches, scream and yell at each other, it's over, right? Or dude falls down, and it's over, that's the end of it, right? Nope, no, nowadays, no way. I'm going to get in my vehicle, and I'm going to kill you with it. I'm just so mad, I'm just going to drive this vehicle and run you over with it. And then, when the cops arrest them, they're like, well, it's because I'm so fucking stressed out, and it's like, why? Why are we so stressed out in this world? Is it that we have more bills, than we used to? Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's definitely one. A lot more bills than we used to. Bills that have much higher payments, too, right? Back in the day, gas was like $50 a month on a big house. Now it's like $200 or something, $150. Just gas. You got stress now. Now you got to buy a new furnace, right? Oof, real stress. Well, anyways, it's a strange take on things because, stress and parking lot fights and just being stressed. It's such a waste of time and wasted day, but it's a habit that's hard to break if you fall into it. So, something to think about, right? Definitely a thinkable topic, right? And, if you're in a parking lot fight, take a good look in the vehicle before you get out, just in case, could be that 10-foot tall motherfucker, or it could be a whole car full of yahoos, You're swinging for your life. It's not just I got in a fight at the parking lot today. It's like, oh no, I had to fight for my life. They tried running me over, tried shooting me, fuck. So, stay safe in that parking lot. If you're feeling stressed, avoid the parking lot. Go park in some other parking lot nearby that's empty. Walk over. But anyways, everybody, just some strange thoughts on a strange day in a strange world. Parking lot fights? Sure, why not? Yep. And stress. Easy to beat. A cigar, whiskey or coffee, a little bit of sleep. And once in a blue moon, do something nice for yourself. It helps. Anyways, everybody, take care. Have a good day.